Yo, how's it going, guys? We're back and we're better for week two of the NFL season of guessing the spreads. Last week we went 9-7. Great start. I mean, there's a couple of scary games like the Buffalo game, had that at +1.5, Minnesota -1.5. Um, oh, and then the Broncos -7.5. That was scary too. So couple of good games. I was sleeping on the Colts for sure, and the Jaguars and the Niners and the Rams. So gotta learn from our mistakes. And here we go. Okay. First game, and we talked about it in my last video. But I am gonna take the Commanders +3.5. I do think it's gonna be a really good game, but Packers gonna end up on top. Either way, it's gonna be a close game. Okay, next one, Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a 3.5 favorite. For this game in particular, I'm gonna give it to Cincinnati, but I don't like that 3.5. I don't like it at all. Just based on how inconsistent the offense was. A lot of fluky plays they had. They were trying to feed Jamar Chase a lot, but for whatever reason, he would just be out of bounds, or they just miss a step, or whatever. They just be off a little. I think they'll correct that. And but damn, but Jacksonville isn't as bad as I thought, so I got to give them some respect. So let's get Jacksonville at +3.5. That's funny. Okay, next one. We got the Giants going against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are -5.5. Yeah, I thought New York would play better, but it's still Russ and that horrific offensive line there. So I like their weapons, and the defense was showing promise, but it's hard to continually fight when your offense is absolutely shit. So, and then Dallas played a lot better than I thought. So let's correct appropriately and give Dallas the -5.5. Boom. Easy. Okay, next one we got Chicago going against Detroit Lions. The Lions coming off an embarrassing loss, where they did seem like out of sorts. For for them, that was very unusual, and I don't think that Dan Campbell's gonna let that happen again. He's gonna be ready. Another division rival, so they cannot risk dropping this game. And then Caleb, man, Caleb started off really good, 10 for 10, and then just started just like the chink in the armor became bigger and bigger and bigger, and he had DJ Moore down the freaking sideline and he missed it. So I don't know. It's hard to trust the Bears or Caleb Williams to be consistent because they show flashes. They have nice pieces, Roma Dunze, Swift. Um, got some nice pieces on defense, but overall, you can't trust them. So give me Detroit at -6.5. Yeah, yeah. Oof, -6. Actually, I don't like that. We're gonna take Chicago to cover, just based on that is a lot of points, and we learned our lesson last week. Let's not sleep on teams. Okay, next one we got the Rams going against the Titans. The Rams minus 5.5 in Tennessee. So they think that they're just gonna overwhelm Cam Moore just like how they did it um, with the Broncos. The Broncos how they overwhelmed Cam Moore too. So I can see the similar play style on the defense, how they're just attackers on the defensive line. I like how they play together. Jared Verse, Fisk, all those guys. So to think they'll just go into Nashville and whoop up on the Titans, I don't see that happening. So give me the Titans to cover. What was it? Let's, let's go. Next one is the Patriots going against the Dolphins. Two teams 0-1. Um, Miami, man, they shit the bed. They I've been saying this for about 2 months now. Mike McDaniels might be the first coach to get fired. So let's see. Let's see what they do against a not so tough, which a lot of people thought that they were going to be tough Patriots. So they still have a lot to prove, but I'm gonna take the. How are the Dolphins favored right now? That's crazy. That's insane. Plus 1.5. Let's go. Okay. Next one, we got the Niners going against the Saints. The Niners without George Kittle, um, a spotty Jawan Jennings, um, C-Mac, who was a game time decision and ended up playing vital minutes and plays. Not minutes, but got significant playing time. And then you got the Saints who battled with the Cardinals, made it tough with them. They showed some fight. Let's see about Spencer Rattler. Let's see about Olave. Um, they just need to give the ball to Kamara, and they'll be in these games. So I do like the resiliency. However, Brock Purdy may not play this week. So given that, if Brock Purdy plays, I'm gonna give it the minus 3.5. But if he doesn't, then I'm gonna take the Saints. No, 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 no. That's stupid. No, just give me the Niners. Fuck it. Okay, here we go. Keep it going. We got the Bills going against the Jets, their lifelong rival, and the Bills are minus 6.5. So obviously, Buffalo had the most impressive weekend, coming back in a 15-point deficit in the last 4 minutes of the game on Sunday Night Football. It's pretty freaking incredible. Albeit with some luck, but you need luck in life, in games, and you just run with it. So good for them. I'm rooting for the Bills. They are my Super Bowl pick this year. So but the Jets had played them tough. You think like, they're just gonna blow them out again, the same old Jets. Even though the old regime would split with the Bills. So, given on how good the Jets played against the Steelers, I'm gonna give them a fair chance here. So, give me the Jets to cover at plus 6.5. Let's go. Everything's close still. So it's good getting him during the week, like earlier in the week. All right, we got Seattle going against the Steelers. The Steelers are minus 2.5. Um, so far, there's nothing that says you should doubt the Steelers ever from being a 9-10 win team. And these are the games that they win. These against the Jets, against like these tough opponents that they just outplay. So I am gonna have Pittsburgh winning this game. They had it at minus 2.5 for them last week as well, but they only beat them by two. So that is interesting. Um, I do think Seattle is a little bit better than the Jets. However, Sam Darnold had a very embarrassing strip sack. So I don't know. Do we think Seattle's defense is as good as the Jets' defense? No, it's better. Okay, yeah, fuck it. Give me Seattle to cover. Let's go. All right, we got the Browns going against the Ravens. The Ravens are minus 11.5, biggest spread of the weekend. I'm gonna just tell you this right now. We're gonna take Cleveland plus 11.5, but um we did this last year. We took the Ravens big in a couple of games. Yes, that they blow out teams, and you could look like an idiot, but it's a divisional game. So the Browns beat them once last year, believe it or not. The Browns are weird, but it's still early. People will still have their optimism up. If their fucking kicker can kick, they could be 1-0 right now. So I'm gonna say Cleveland plus 11.5. That's easy money. Okay. Game of the week starting in the afternoon is the Broncos going against the Colts. The Broncos are 1.5 point favorites, and I said this on my video last time. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the points as the favorites. Take the minus 1.5. Let's go. Okay, last five games here. We got the Panthers going against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are minus 6.5. So I saw that Bryce's wide receivers and whoever, I mean, pass catchers had 150 yards in dropped balls. And I had seen some of them, two of them was to McMillan. Um, Another one was to the other wide receiver. Like they're right there. Leggett had a quiet day, so I I'm not expecting much because I wanted them to be good, and now that they're not, maybe I should just abandon ship. But the Cardinals did not look all that impressive. However, they do have camaraderie and a great offensive mind on their side. So maybe I need to stop protecting the Panthers. Let me get the Cardinals at what is that? Minus 6. Okay. Next one is the Eagles going against the Chiefs. This is the game of the week. The Eagles are minus 1.5. Jalen Carter is not suspended for this game. Good for Eagles fans, I guess. They he had served the suspension in the first game, so I think it's okay. I mean, if they would have suspended him this game, then I would have been okay with that. But I guess if they want to do it this way, then that's fine. Um, Kansas City is desperate, man. They lost Worthy, they've lost Rice. Um, They didn't have a run game. Pacheco looked whatever, but he only had like 6 carries, and then Kareem had the other three. They only ran the ball 9 times if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes running it. And Mahomes did a great job in that game, keeping it close against the Chargers. So I think the Chiefs are gonna play. They're gonna play better. However, the Eagles defense doesn't look great right now. They have a lot of holes in their, I mean, I don't want to say a lot of holes. That's stupid. But they have a hole at the cornerback two position. Um, I feel they'll figure it out. But Adoree Jackson was not it, and he was getting cooked. So, and they were looking for him. Dak was looking for him. So, they need to fix that immediately. And then Mitchell had a couple of penalties too. So, all in all, I think they'll be okay. They let Dallas run up and down, but I think it's because they didn't have Jaden Carter in there. So, I am gonna take Philly. Do I take them to cover the 1.5? I think I would. Yeah, they got this. It's gonna be a good game though. Okay. The Sunday night game. Oh, we have a double header on Monday night. The Sunday night game is Atlanta versus Minnesota. Both teams 1-0, solid, winning with younger quarterbacks. Oh, no, no, no. Excuse me. Atlanta was gonna win, and then they fucking missed it. Um, yeah, never mind. But Penix looked decent. JJ McCarthy looked decent in the fourth quarter. It looked amazing. So overall, it was a decent game. So good for them. Good for Kevin O'Connell. But I'm happy for Penix, man. I'm happy that they're finally getting the bullshit out the way and just letting them play. So this is great for them. Um, as far as the game, however, I think it'll be closer than the 3.5. So I'm gonna give it Atlanta, the ATL, plus 3.5. Next one, we got the Tampa Bay. I was gonna say the Tampa Bay Rays, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Texans. The Texans are minus 2.5. I can't doubt Baker anymore. I didn't doubt him last week, but I did say that they're not going to make the playoffs. I thought that Atlanta would make the playoffs. If they win, then we're gonna have to reevaluate that. So, um, it's funny they're giving Houston the edge here, even though they played like shit and they couldn't block. And Tampa Bay has a decent line. So give me Tampa plus 3.5. What's it, three? 2.5. And the final game, we got the Chargers going against the Raiders. And the Chargers are minus 3.5. Um, it's gonna be a good game. Over under is 46.5, pretty decently high. Um, this is tough. This is tough. Do we trust Gino to not fuck it up? Because they had a good thing going, balancing the run with the pass. Then what happened? Then they just started throwing the pass. Then Gino throws a pick. So will they be able to control themselves in the divisional game to not do the same? Because they're going to see Herbert throwing the ball all down the field. So why wouldn't Gino? And then Gino had 9 passes with 20 yards or more down the field. So Gino came to play on Sunday. And if you watch the game, you notice like Gino's playing with something proof. Um, okay, give me the Raiders to cover plus 3.5. Let's go. That's the week. Keep you guys updated. Stay strong. Okay, that was a longer one, boys. All right. I'll see you guys later. And as always, stay classy, San Diego.